Bay Area Compass. Located at BayAreaCompass.blogspot.com.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Don Julio, giving that fire content once again. I'm with my boy Quincy Black.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, bro. Representing BayAreaCompass today. And how you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Nice.
Doing good. Feeling good.
Looking good.
Appreciate that.
Pause. But
it's all good, man.
So you're a member of the Drip Squad, correct?
Yes, sir.
So how long have you been a member of the Drip Squad?
I've been a member for about going on 3 years now.
Okay. How'd that all come about?
4. Shout out to the big homie Willie Joe. Actually, it was his vision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a Bay Area pioneer himself. You know, and basically he handpicked certain artists to put into a group, so to speak, and he called it Drip Squad. So I was one of the artists that was picked.
Hell yeah. So it's you, Brandon Lee, Willie Joe.
It's myself, Brandon Lee, Brody. Those two people make YO Next Up.
Mm-hmm.
Their group is theirself. There's Stoney Bobby, Willie Joe, of course, and we got QV down there in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it right now.
Are you guys growing, or are you guys kind of just staying in the close-knit team? And
We grow because, you know, there's a lot of members that's not rappers.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's definitely people that hold it down behind the scenes for us. So, you know,
Gotcha.
You know, we're bigger than what you see on the regular.
Okay. So you just dropped Playboy 2.
Correct.
Right here. Can you speak a little bit about the process you had making some of these songs, getting the artists, and just putting the whole project out?
Actually, it was fairly easy once I got into my rhythm. Before this, when I dropped Playboy 1, and you know, Playboy itself is a concept album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, the big homie Joey just came to me with the concept, with the whole Playboy theme to it, and I dove right into it with part 1. And then once I seen the response from that, I kind of knew how to approach part 2.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear the growth, but you know, once I get the recording and feel a vibe and get my zone, then I could just knock out songs like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now some songs like I have a feature with QV, my Drip Squad brother. It's called Dope D.
Mm-hmm.
That particular track, I had that beat for a while. You know what I mean? And I was just, you know, trying to figure out what to do with it and you know, the concept and all that, and it just kind of hit me. And then he was in town around that same time.
Yeah.
And we knocked it out. So some joints was like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, strategically picked for this particular project to make sure the overall sound of the project flows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I record music all the time, but every song doesn't fit every project. You know what I'm saying? Because and I'm telling how I'm feeling when I record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of basically it.
Gotcha. What are some of the biggest changes you realized from Playboy Part 1 to Playboy Part 2? Like, what are the biggest differences in your sound you see?
My sound production, just picking better beats. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? We're still growing in my art. So I have a real distinctive voice. So I'm learning how to pick the right beats that complement my voice. You know what I mean? So you could definitely hear the growth in production versus 1 and 2, and also I'm a slave to the beat. So whatever the track tell me to do, that's what I'm gonna do. So, you know, depending on the style of beat, the tempo, things like that, based off my art, I'm so versatile. I could do pretty much any style, you know, fast or slow, you know, stop and go or whatever. So
I was listening to you. I heard like just a mixture of all different types of sound. Like I heard like some twerking vibes. I heard like just some chill, smoke type vibes and everything. So I was trying to like kind of figure out like what would you consider like your main sound, because it just changes so much, you know.
My main sound, that's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, because I feel like I have my own lane. You know, first and foremost, I have my own lane. Nobody sounds like me, look like me.
Yeah.
You know, has the lyrical content like I do. So there's that, but I'm also a cat that wears many hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can swindle in different lanes. I can swerve in different lanes, and like I said, I could do the like a trap style type of beat and kind of speed it up and do that type of flow, or I could slow it down, like you say, and have like a chill vibe to it. So
is music your main priority? Because I also saw some things on Instagram. Just seemed like you were trying to inspire a lot of the youth and just speak about like lessons you've learned. Is there any like would you consider yourself mainly a rapper? Would you say you also, you have a big foot in the Drip Squad? Do you deal with the clothing brand? Is there other things you have?
Definitely. Like I say, I'm a cat that wear many hats. We all are, It's just all about finding the things that you're good at and bringing those things to light. I like to think that I'm good at many different things, especially on the business end of it. So, rap is always going to be a first love for me, getting in the booth, recording, making music, creating, collaborating with different dope artists, making myself doper. That's always going to be a passion for me. But there's also a business side to it as well that other people don't really realize or want to engage in. But I'm hands-on in both areas. So also at the same time, I know we have an audience. Yeah. You know what I mean? So instead of pushing negativity and violence and stuff like that, regardless what my music says, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's a feeling. I might be feeling that way that particular moment. But, when you hear me talking, when you see me in person, I'm going to always preach progress and motivate the youth and whoever's around me. You know what I mean? I'm always, like I say, boss talk it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm always preach that boss mentality.
Yeah, you had the project Boss Talk as well, right? So,
yes, sir.
So, speak a little bit about that project and like who you featured on with the album and that.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite projects, man. It's a joint project with my homeboy C to the J. Shout out CJ, man. You already know what it is. Snatch and Go Out the whole camp over there, and it's the whole project is exclusively produced by Chris Cash, who's out of Vallejo. Shout out Chris Cash. Super dope on the beats, engineering wise. He mixed and mastered the whole project as well. But that project, recording it, getting in the studio and vibing, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and you can kind of feel that, when you listen to it all the way through. You can feel the vibe. It has a positive vibe to it, and it fits right in pocket to what's going on today and what's and we talking that boss talk.
Exactly. So you made Boss Talk, and did you go on tour right after? Did you go do some shows? I saw on you had a listing of some places you were going to be around the Bay. Yeah. Speak about some of the shows you've performed at and like some of the songs that maybe some of the moments that really stuck out to you as well.
Well, one of the biggest songs, or I say fan favorites, was a song I released in 2016 called All Day Every Day, and when I first got into the Drip Squad, that was one of the songs I was performing all the time, and we got I got a real good positive response from that. So ever since then, I just try to stick to the grind and booking these shows I can, as long as it's feasible to my schedule and depending on what I got going on. You know what I mean? If I got something going on, or if I know I got something that's about to drop, then okay, we get on that promo run and start, going out there and touching the people.
Gotcha. And when you do go, you are about to start the shows, like what's your process to getting ready to go perform the songs? So you just go out there and do it, or you like?
Oh no. I don't wing it. I've learned my lesson.
Oh really? You had a bad show one time?
I learned my lesson. I mean, like I say, it's a growing, it's a learning stage. You know what I'm saying? This thing is a process, and some people get it right off the back. Some people actually have to train themselves and mentally prepare themselves. So I definitely have a process I go through depending on what type of show it is. If I have a 20-minute set or a 10-minute set, 5-minute set, and depending on what songs I'm doing. You know what I mean? For instance, anything going on in the future off the Playboy project, I pretty much know those songs. Yeah. Since I've been, working on the project and preparing the promo run and stuff like that. So I pretty much know those songs. So when it comes down to performing something, I could pretty much knock those out. Now, if, like I said, if it's like a longer set, then I would probably implement, a feature song or, other artists that are featured. And I would have to take that in consideration and make sure the timing is right and stuff like that. So with that being said, I definitely rehearse. To all the artists out there, are you inspiring artists out there? Are you artists that's already rocking out there? Please rehearse. I can't even tell you how many times I do these shows, and whether if it's the headliner or the opening acts, and you could tell they just don't rehearse, regardless if you got your vocals in the background or not.
They think their audience is just going to carry them because of their clout.
Yeah. The real ones see that you work on your craft, and you could tell. You could tell the ones that's really serious, that really work on their craft and wants to get better. You know what I mean? So
how do you feel about those artists who don't work on their craft, but because they have such a, maybe they troll a lot or have such a large following that they do get all these, groupies or people who are just dick riding them until they fall off?
Hey man, if you got a wave, ride it till the wheels fall off.
I feel that. So you can understand the hustle.
Oh yeah, for sure, and especially in this day and age, there's so many different avenues to enter the game. You know what I mean? So many different doors and nooks and crannies where you can slip in the game and create a little fan base or some type of way for yourself that once you get it, you just got to go with it, run with it. But it ain't about getting it. It's about what you do with it. You know what I mean? So what you gonna do after that?
Exactly.
How you gonna grow from that?
So how long have you been doing music?
Seriously, officially since about 2000, I say 12ish, 13ish. I put out some mixtapes on datpiff.com and just throwing some stuff on YouTube and being creative with some videos and stuff like that. But officially 2016, my very first album.
Gotcha.
Officially, as far as like on iTunes, Spotify, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's through the whole circuit. Dropped in 2016. That album is called No Risk, No Results.
No Risk, No Results. What's your favorite album?
My favorite. Good question. Ooh.
There's some good titles too. I'm like No Risk, No Results, Boss Talk, Playboy 2.
They all hold a sentimental value to me. You know what I mean? Like they all hold a precious spot in my heart. Because there's different time periods.
Yeah.
No Risk. I worked on that for a while, and that was premeditated murder. Is what I like to say because I strategically planned out every song and the track list and the cover and all that. And I learned from that, and I love Boss Talk. I love to listen to that all the way through. I like Playboy because I was trying something new, and I seen the response, and I felt like it worked a little bit. Now we have Playboy 2, and I love Playboy 2. I love the growth that I hear in Playboy 2.
I like Too Close on that album.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that one.
That's one of my favorite joints, too. Yeah.
Nice,
shout out to Lexi B, man. Shout out to
her
Tracks
vocals
A Million.
really, brought that one out.
Yeah, definitely. That's another track. It's like, okay, I need a female. I can't just, do this by myself. I need a female to kind of spicing it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what, I also saw, did you even answer what was your favorite album?
My favorite.
Maybe one that like hits you more than the others. Maybe that's easier.
I say Boss Talk.
Boss Talk?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's one of the projects I keep going back to. So.
Okay. When somebody's like, oh, check out my stuff, check out Boss Talk.
Yeah, yep.
For sure.
Yep.
So can you explain a little bit of the process of you filming By Any Means? Dope track, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
The whole filming process, who filmed it, where was the location at? Just, speak a little bit on that.
By Any Means, one of my favorite songs on that album. Let me see who made the beat. A guy by the name of Ayo Mako made the beat. There's a cat, I just woke up one day and had an email full of tracks, and that was one of the tracks I picked. We filmed it at Chris Cash's studio. Mm-hmm. Chris Cash mixed and mastered that track. He actually mixed and mastered the whole project. And my boy Nathan J did the video. He's also from Sacramento. Nice. So it came out cool. Actually, it was the Boss Talk listening party.
Oh.
And
was it planned?
It planned out, you know what I mean? At first we was just gonna get some footage and kind of do some behind the scenes things, but I was like, based off what I had planned and what I knew I was gonna do in the next couple of months, and so I was like, let me just seize this opportunity and just make it a music video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just take some time out and shoot the video, shoot our little scenes or whatever. So that's basically what we did. So it was at the Boss Talk listening party in Vallejo at Chris Cass studio, Jungle Life Studios, and I had my camera guy come out. Shout out to Nathan J. And he did his thing, and it came out dope. I'm very satisfied with that. It's a dope visual.
So do you find a beat and then you kind of work your lyrics to it, or do you like to start a beat out fresh with the producer, or what's the process you go into in creating some of these songs? It
depends. If we have time like that, I would love to get in with producers, especially if the chemistry is there, we can vibe. We got time, and we can kind of collaborate and bounce ideas off each other and just, stir the pot and make the magic. I love that feeling. That's dope. But sometimes you don't have time like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just flat out paying for studio time and you got to get in there and handle your business and get up out of there. you know, and for the most part, that's how I rock. So usually I get a beat, you know, I work on it, and I set up some studio time, and then when I get in there, I knock out everything I need to knock out,
nice.
You know, within that time.
How long did Playboy 2 take to make?
Not long at all.
Okay.
Not long at all. Yeah, the last track was a feature song with my guy Shil Mack. Shout out to Shil Mack.
Yeah, Shil Mack. Yeah.
I have a song called "Follow Me" featuring Shil Mack and my homegirl B Supreme. Shout out to B Supreme.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you guys work on the song like together? Or do you do your part, send Shil Mack, he does his part, and the other hand?
This particular situation, he was scheduled to come to the lab, but he had some things that came up.
Yeah.
So he just sent me his verse, and then I had my guy mix it to the track and everything.
We're supposed to get him in here, but I don't know what happened. I think it was just some communication issues, but he'll get in here eventually. We're trying to get everybody in the Drip Squad to come through.
Oh yeah. You gotta get the whole squad.
Lee, and who else is Willie?
You gotta get Joey. Willie Joe, Stony Bobby, and QV. Next time QV comes out here.
Okay. Where's QV at right now?
He's in Atlanta right now. That's where he's from.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's out there doing his thing. He's out there. He's doing a bunch of shows right now. He's promoting his he got a couple singles that he just dropped, so he's out there promoting his singles, you know, putting in the footwork. You got to put the groundwork in.
Exactly. So I know you did just drop this project, but can your audience look forward to maybe like even a small tape or even a single coming out anytime soon?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm planning on dropping a few singles.
Okay. Keep people
before the year is out, and then beginning of next year we're gonna hit them hard again with a few projects.
Hell yeah. Anybody you want to shout out right now?
Shout out to the squad, man. Drip, you already know what it is. Shout out to BCE, my management. Shout out to all the people that's tuned in, that's locked in, that's been following my journey. Shout out to all the new people that just tuned in to me, and shout out to you, bro, for having me. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you coming.
For sure.
Hell yeah.